Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee. It's weather in 5 days and 5 minutes. The time of this recording is 11 o'clock Eastern time, and we have a rather wide range in temperatures at the moment, having to do with the amount of cloud cover that's around. And if you notice, from let's say central New Jersey on south and west, and then running across southern Pennsylvania. So from here south, we're looking at temperatures that are in the 60s and even now beginning to push into the 70s as of 11 o'clock Eastern time in a few places. While to the north of this, as you move up into northern New Jersey and then head up into southern New England, you have temperatures that are generally in the low to mid 50s and even in some cases down in the 40s throughout the middle and upper Hudson Valley and back up through northern Connecticut and Massachusetts. And this is because we have low pressure that is sitting just to the south and east of Long Island. And as a result, you've got northeast winds across southern New England back to about New York City, keeping things cool. And you've got west and northwest winds as you go to the south from central and southern New Jersey and southern Pennsylvania southward down into Maryland. And with some sunshine there, that's helping to warm things up. So it's a little bit of a complicated day. This is also going to lead to some severe weather risk in some places. And the Storm Prediction Center indeed is showing a rather large area of enhanced risk in the southern half of Illinois and Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and southeastern Missouri, northeastern Arkansas. Look at that large area of slight risk. And we had quite a bit of severe weather that developed overnight. A number of folks messaging me about some of the lightning and thunder that occurred during the overnight hours as this first weather system went by. You'll notice that the marginal risk goes all the way back down into Texas, as far north as southern Delaware and northern Virginia. Now we've got another cold front approaching for tomorrow. Much of the thunderstorm activity you see here is going to occur tonight. And then for tomorrow, we have another cold front coming through, and that's going to be creating a marginal risk of severe weather in a narrow band from Georgia all the way up to just north of New York City and Long Island. And it includes all of New Jersey, most of southeastern Pennsylvania, and parts of south central Pennsylvania into Maryland, Delaware, and in Virginia. So it is going to be a bit busy. And here's the satellite loop. At the moment, you can see the sliver of clearing that's developed between clouds with some heavier downpours and some remnant thunderstorms down in parts of southern Virginia and offshore. And then, of course, you have low pressure that's developing out to the east, and that's keeping much of New England down to New York City, northern New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania in cloud cover. That cloud cover is kind of, it's trying to break apart. It may or may not succeed. That really is going to impact temperatures for this afternoon. So when we're looking at highs today, there's going to be a wide range. We will see some areas in New England, mostly in the 50s, back to about New York City, making it into the low 60s. Now, it may not get there until 4 or 5 o'clock or even 6 o'clock this evening, depending on whether these clouds break apart. But in areas to the south and west where we are seeing some sunshine, temperatures will top out mostly in the low to mid 70s. And look at this, we've got upper 70s and low 80s as you head down into south of Washington, D.C., Baltimore, into Virginia, where, of course, you have that severe weather risk. So let's take you through what's happening here over the next few days. And this is going to also take us, we're going to look at the Easter weekend. So there's our low southeast of Cape Cod, moves away. And now we are at 8 o'clock tonight. You're starting to see the next low there in Illinois swinging eastward with a strong upper trough. The NAM model and a lot of the other short-range models very bullish with the idea of some heavy thunderstorms and possibly severe thunderstorms developing tonight with this low in northeast Ohio. The NAM picks out a fairly solid squall line of storms, and by 8 a.m., those storms are going to be weakening a bit, but they will be approaching eastern Pennsylvania and also approaching the Catskills around 8 a.m. Thursday, and then they're going to swing on through. This is at 2 o'clock now in the afternoon. You have a strengthening low in upstate New York One of the things that's going to happen as we go through the day tomorrow is the wind. It's going to pick up considerably, especially once the front goes by around mid-afternoon, and we're going to see some wind gusts of 40 miles an hour or more on the back side of this. That's a fairly intense low that moves into the Gulf of Maine Thursday evening, and produces snow in Vermont, New Hampshire, and throughout the entire state of Maine. Winter hasn't ended there by a long shot. For us, maybe we'll see some improvement tomorrow afternoon after whatever showers and storms we get tomorrow morning. Then it's going to be a windy and chilly day on Friday. Temperatures probably just barely back into the 50s with clouds and some sun. You'll notice that there's some lake effect snows going on in upstate New York and in western Pennsylvania from this. Late Thursday night, Friday morning, that starts to wind down somewhat. Going into the weekend, Saturday is going to be a chilly day. We're going to start out in the 30s, cold spots in the 20s, and highs just barely back into the 50s. The high moves off the coast by Saturday evening. So now we'll move on to Easter Sunday. And I think Easter Sunday is going to start out dry, but we've got energy coming out of the southwest. There's low pressure there in North Texas and the southern plains. It's going to run eastward. There'll be one low that will probably try to go west of the Appalachians, but there's likely to be another low that develops, and the GFS is picking up on that in southern Virginia. There's just a very strong front here, and a low is going to probably form near what we call the point of occlusion, where the warm front and the cold front and the occluded front meet. So this, by the way, this map is for 1 a.m. Monday. So Easter Sunday looks dry. Look for sunshine early, followed by increasing clouds. Temperatures probably back up into the 60s. And then it looks like we'll get into some heavy rains Sunday night into Monday morning until this complex and intense storm moves up to the northeast. One center going up into Canada near James Bay and another center near Cape Cod, and it will turn drier after that. Models are hinting at maybe another system behind it for Tuesday into Wednesday. We'll come back to that and take another look at that later on this afternoon and see what the afternoon weather models tell us. So that pretty much sums it up for today. Hopefully you're in a spot that's seeing at least some sunshine. I pointed out where the severe weather risks are today if you happen to be watching from outside my normal area of expertise, Northeast Virginia to southern New England. If you're in the Ohio Valley, if you're watching down in Virginia, North Carolina, and points west and north from there, you will have it looks like you have a solid severe weather threat coming for tonight, and then for tomorrow, right along the mid-Atlantic coast on up into southern New York and to southern New England. The Joe and Joe Weather Show will take care of all of this tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on my YouTube channel. So mark that down on your afternoon calendar and join us at 7. And we will, of course, be posting weather updates throughout the day. Have a good one.